Good afternoon, everyone. I'm enjoying seeing you all waving at yourself on the screen. Let me start by welcoming you all to the historic King's Hall on what surely is a very special day for you, our graduates, and you, their guests. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that in the unlikely event of an emergency, an alarm will sound. Marshals at each of the emergency exits on the side and at the rear of the hall will guide you to assembly points and ensure you exit safely. My name is Dr. Laura Walton-Williams, and I am Director of Enterprise Education here at Staffordshire University, and I know how important this day is for our graduands. I'd like to take a few moments just to walk you through how the ceremony will work and then what happens after the event. So the ceremony will commence as the platform party make their way up the centre aisle onto the seats behind me. Our Chancellor, Major Leveson Wood, will then make a short address. The Chancellor and Executive Dean will move to the lower platform ready to receive our graduands. Each graduand will come across the lower platform to receive their award, and their names will be announced individually and by award. Graduands, walk across the lower platform, doff your cap to the Chancellor and to your Executive Dean. So this is how you doff your cap. I like the practice, good work. I will be there at the end to direct you back to the back of the hall, and then you'll go back to your seat. Now, I am sure you're all very nervous about walking across this stage, having to navigate your shoes, your hat, your gown, everything. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Take it nice and steady, take a second, and actually look for the people that are here supporting you. And anybody wearing heels, just be aware that there's a bit of a slope at the end, so please try not to come off at pace. Otherwise, I'm going to have to catch you all. So, as you look around you in this amazing venue, you can see the results of the artistic heritage of the potteries. After the ceremony, you will then be returning to the Catalyst building on campus, where you'll have the opportunity to enjoy yourself at the post-ceremony reception. Guests, this is your opportunity to celebrate the amazing achievement of the graduand you are here with today. Whilst we ask you to remain seated as the graduates cross the platform, we want to encourage you to celebrate their success and reward all of the hard work that goes into gaining an academic award. So please, during the ceremony, we encourage you to shout, clap, whoop as loud as you can, and make yourself heard. We're going to do a little practice run. Make sure you're all warmed up, ready for this. So on the count of 3, I want you all to be, put down things. Make sure you get clapping as hard as you can. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent work, excellent. I feel like you're all warmed up nicely. At the end of the ceremony, after you've all crossed the stage, could all graduates and guests stand as the platform party leave the ceremony hall? They'll go down the centre aisle again. Once the platform party have left, graduates, you will follow on. Guests, if I can ask you please to remain in your seats until all the graduates have exited the building. After that, you will be able to board the awaiting coaches that will take you back to the Catalyst building on campus, where light refreshments will be served and your celebrations can continue. If you can make sure you keep hold of your tickets, as you'll need those to claim your refreshments. So, let's enjoy what surely will be one of the most memorable days in the lives of our graduands. Without further ado, let's begin the ceremony. Please, if you are able to, could you stand as we welcome our platform party? I invite the Chancellor, Major Leveson Wood, to deliver the opening address.
I declare that the convocation of Staffordshire University 2024 is now assembled. Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, governors, colleagues from around the university, graduands and friends, as Chancellor, I welcome you all on this incredibly special occasion, a celebration of achievement for our class of 2024. Today, we mark the success of graduands from the School of Health, Education, Policing and Sciences and the Department of Sport and Science and the Institute of Policing. We also celebrate the success of graduates from our partners, Riverside College, Stoke-on-Trent Sixth Form, South Staffordshire College, Royal Wolverhampton NHS Trust, University Hospital of North Midlands Trust, and Synovis. We also welcome Gary Mellor, who today receives the university's highest honour, becoming Honorary Doctor of Laws. Gary is the managing partner and owner at Beswick's Legal and the founder and director of Beswick Sports, two prominent Stoke-on-Trent businesses with international reach. Having studied law here at Staffordshire, Gary decided to combine his legal expertise with his passion for sport and has never looked back. Staffordshire University is a place of innovation, creativity, and forward thinking. It is a university committed to giving students the opportunity to expand their horizons, to become global citizens and lifelong learners. And today is all about you, what you've achieved, how far you've come, and what you may have overcome to be here. This has taken resilience and determination, and as your Chancellor, I applaud you for it. I also want to acknowledge our dedicated staff who work tirelessly to support the students and drive academic excellence. Your hard work and dedication are the backbone of Staffordshire University. And let us not forget your families and friends who have encouraged you throughout and who are here with you to help you celebrate this milestone moment. As a university, we pride ourselves on our talented students, and here is just a taster. You'll be soon hearing from Danny Rogers, who is graduating today with a BSc in Physical Education and Sport coaching degree. Alongside his degree, Danny has played a significant role with the Staffordshire University Sports Academy and has travelled to Madrid and Indonesia during his time at the university, sharing his many experiences as one of the university's content creators. Special mention also goes to Rob Henschel, one of the first cohort from the Foundation Science Coaching in the community programme run in partnership with Stoke City Football Club. He has secured an amazing placement with the club's academy and is set to continue his education journey with us alongside being a dad to his 3 young children. Praise also goes to Sam Westley, a BSc Sport and Exercise Psychology student who has delivered a psychological skills intervention working with Crystal Palace Football Club Academy. His study has many practical implications for individuals working with young athletes and will feature in a published academic article. Special mention also goes to Lucinda Eves, whose volunteering through Staffordshire Forensic Partnership and West Midlands Police has helped her to secure her dream job as a digital forensic officer with West Midlands Police. And to Louis Stonehouse-Gazewski, who conducted his final year project with West Yorkshire Police, who have sent glowing feedback about his time with them. Well done. Lecturers have also praised forensic science graduate Samantha Davis, a student from the United States who was prevented from travelling back to Staffordshire during the pandemic, but who has embraced the challenge and opportunities of virtual learning and who exemplifies the spirit of global citizenship. And finally, to Fran Snellix, who described as one of the hardest working and most ambitious and enthusiastic students who is staying on to study her MSc in Forensic Science degree. There are many more of you who are graduating today who will go on to prove your worth to future employers and make a positive impact on those around you. And I'm sure that you'll take what you've learned and join the thousands of Staffordshire University alumni who are helping to transform their industries, sectors, and society. Know that you graduate from a university which continues to evolve, developing graduates for the jobs of tomorrow and to fulfill their potential. Staffordshire University is delighted to have won the Best Educational Institution Award at the inaugural Institute of Biomedical Science Awards held recently. This recognizes our sector-leading approach to educating the scientific workforce and is testament to the team led by Associate Professor Ian Davis, who was last year crowned Biomedical Scientist of the Year. Ours is a university which is focused on being a catalyst for change in the region, a university committed to next-level learning that builds skills and transforms lives. We believe in supporting our students to succeed and leading them through the doors that matter to them. This is a key reason why we're ranked second in the UK for quality education in the Sustainable Development Goal 4 in the Times Higher Education Rankings of 2024. Employability is especially important as we aim to support growth in our regional economy. It has been particularly pleasing then that Staffordshire University has been recognised in the top 10 for career prospects in the Watts Uni Student Choice Awards of 2023. One of the university's values is to be curious and daring. In my own student days, I wrote my dissertation on the historical Grand Tour and was so inspired that, after my own graduation day, I embarked on an overland adventure that would change my life. In 2004, I hitchhiked from England to India via Russia, Iran, Afghanistan, and Pakistan on the remnants of a student loan, which wasn't very much. It was a formative journey that marked the start of a career in the world of exploration. And since then, I've been very fortunate to travel in more than 120 countries, and I've been on many incredible expeditions, from 9 months walking the length of the River Nile to trekking over 2,000 miles along the Himalayas. But it was growing up right here that I found my inspiration and learned the lessons that I needed to then explore the world. In the crags of the Staffordshire Moorlands, I discovered a lifelong love for the great outdoors. It was here in Stoke that I learned that every day can be an adventure if only you go out in search of it. So I want to encourage you all to be daring and bold and to never give up on your dreams, but also to remember that dreams don't come easy. Despite careful planning, most of my expeditions came together only after multiple setbacks. When I set out to walk the length of the River Nile in 2013, almost everyone told me that it wasn't possible and that I wouldn't succeed. My first book, Eastern Horizons, about that formative hitchhiking journey to India, was rejected by every publisher I sent it to. And it was only after 13 years after the journey in 2017 that it finally got published. And when I pitched the idea of an expedition traveling around the Arabian Peninsula to the powers that be in television, they all told me that it was too dangerous and that nobody would want to watch it. So I set up my own production company and did it myself, and it ended up being nominated for the best documentary on British television that year. So no matter the amount of no's, it's important that you're not deterred. If you really believe in something, then trust your instincts and go for it. For me, being curious and daring means becoming a student of the world. My experiences have taught me the importance of embracing challenges, seeking new perspectives, and having resilience. Values that I believe are fundamental to both exploration and education. I've been very lucky in many ways in my life, but it's the people that I've had the good fortune of meeting along the way that has been the greatest privilege of all. And as new graduates of this university, I encourage you to be true to yourselves and to make the most of the journey that you are on and the people that you encounter. For now, I wish you well on the next leg of your personal journey, and I hope that you will thoroughly enjoy graduation. Honored guests, please be upstanding and welcome our class of 2024.
I invite the Head of Department, Sport and Exercise, from the School of Health, Education, Policing and Sciences, Dr. Alexander Blackett, to present the graduands from the Department of Sport and Science.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you those students within the School of Health, Education, Policing and Sciences from the Department of Sport and Science who have gained the following awards. For a thesis entitled Narratives of Digital Creep, an investigation of the socio-technical transitions in cycling, supervised by Paul Barrett, the award of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Adam Lee Kane. For a thesis entitled Running in the Rain, exploring psychological resilience and trauma management in challenging and potentially traumatic environments, supervised by Matthew Slater, the award of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Stephen Graham Eaton. For a thesis entitled A Mixed Methods Approach for Addressing Issues of Consent and Sexual Assaults, supervised by Graham Williams, the award of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Thomas Anthony Bird. For a thesis entitled An Investigation into the Application of a Continuous Screening, Confirmation and Feedback Cycle for the Identification of Synthetic Cannabinoids in Prisons, supervised by Alison Davidson, the award of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Mia Jane Abbott. For a thesis entitled An Investigation into the Association Between Skin Microcirculation and Small Fibre Function in the Foot, Potential Implications in Assessing the Cutaneous Neurovascular Response in Diabetic Foot Disease, supervised by Ruzbe Naimi, the award of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Gayatri Balasubramanian. For a thesis entitled Children's Off-the-Shelf Stability Therapeutic Footwear, a mixed method analysis to define their design and purpose, supervised by Natchiapa Chocolingam, the award of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Matthew Hill. For a thesis entitled Defining and Classifying SALW, Standardizing the Language of Small Arms and Light Weapons in the International Context, supervised by John Wheeler, the award of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Nicholas Roy Jensen-Jones. For a thesis entitled Non-Technical Competence for UK Military Nurses in Their Operational and Non-Deployed Roles, a Grounded Theory Investigation, supervised by Wilfred McSherry, the award of Professional Doctorate Healthcare Science is awarded to Adam Hughes. Master's degree in Molecular Biology, Teo Ayunko Abayoe. Chukwujekwu Nboaze Adeweu. Tanya Shukat. Master's degree in Sport and Exercise Psychology, Tamara Lauren Kempster. Callum Jake Latham. Integrated Master's degree in Biomedical Science, Riona Anna David. Integrated Master's degree in Forensic Investigation, Emil Baranski. Bethany Yvonne Small. Integrated Master's degree in Forensic Science, Toby Alexander Bales. Receiving the Chartered Society of Forensic Science Prize, Samantha Nicole Davis. Bachelor's degree in Biological Science, Thomas Snell. Bachelor's degree in Biological Science with Ecology Environmental Management, receiving the Royal Society of Biology Prize for Top Project, Jonathan Godwin. Charlie Littlejohn. Sophie Emma Whitaker. Bachelor's degree in Biomedical Science, receiving the Institute of Biomedical Science President's Prize, Jeanette Eunice Shadea Abebeo. Rachel Adiwole. Rakash Busadev. Mariam Adil Bhatti. Rebecca Boone. Paige Savannah Fuller. Peter Garner. Andrea Patricia Hill. Bushra Khalil. Joshua Andrew Lopian. Justina Markowitz. Mariama Musa. Receiving the Royal Society of Biology Prize for Top Student, Laura Jane Umrod Morley. Mercy Hannah Awade. Sahil Sapakota. Sarah Shakil. Charlotte Rose Catherine Tyrrell. Shufna Udin. Awiza Yousaf. Bachelor's degree in Football Coaching and Performance, Joel Mark Rees. Bachelor's degree in Forensic Investigation. Colby Michael Alexander. Shani Beckley. Emma May Carter. Evie Moon Clark. Tanya Maria Daffon. Lucinda Eves. Veronica Fratchak. Lewis John Gibson. Heavenly Margaret Gillard. Isha Hayder. Emily Lee Hansen. Theodosia Krumova. Lauren Rose Lake Simmons. Halima Mahmood. Ikra Iram Mahmood. Alexa McLeod. Viran Mistry. Hayley Rose Owen. Emma Maria Pontrello. Keisha Maya Roberts Pan. Thomas George Sennett. Lilith Heidi Tolley. Jasmine Turner. Rebecca Weaver. Bachelor's degree in Forensic Science. Jade Sarah Bansell. Selena Barwell. Sophianne Louise Chanowski. Daniel Jeffries. Louise Lines. Cameron James Marples. Nirvana Ramji Asu. Francesca Eva Snellix. Louis Kieran Stonehouse Guzowski. Eden Tierney. Bachelor's degree in Healthcare Science. Blood Sciences, Lauren Adamson. Rosanna Emily Crooks. Vicky Kilpin. Kaylee Uster. Bachelor's degree in Healthcare Science, Cellular Sciences, Freya Grace Anderson. Jamie Bailey. Jenny Marie Hardy. Reese David Humphreys. Rosemary Jones. Sabrina Carfey. Gronya Mary Trickus. Bachelor's degree in Healthcare Science, Infection Sciences. Receiving the Sport and Science Department Prize for Outstanding Achievement, November Lou Ashworth. Andrew David Bennett. Maya Dean. Chancel Dami. Sarah Godkin. Philip John Hook. Fiona Louise McEachen. Becky Leanne Raymond. Lydia Swarbrick. Adam James Walters. Lauren Maria Woods. Bachelor's degree in Physical Education and Youth Sport Coaching, Sam Akram. Chantal Barks. Max Birch. Chloe Bostock. Abby Bolton Leah. Sydney Davis. Victoria Grace Dutton. Ethan Ross Edwards. Max Elkin. Georgia Fletcher. Hattie May Lath. Matthew Marshall. Brogan Ann McVicker. Receiving the Sport and Science Department Prize for Outstanding Contribution, Daniel Rogers. Marie Ann Sherwood. Shannon Jane Smith. Megan Telford. Georgia Twig. Bachelor's degree in Sport and Exercise Psychology. Layla Elizabeth Akerman Eyre. Matteo Badgecombe. Brianna Campbell. Thea Georgia Fenwick. Jacob Higginbotham. Samuel Wesley. Bachelor's degree in Sport and Exercise Science. Caitlin Jade Eccleston. Dean Rockcliffe. Bachelor's degree in Sport and Exercise Science with Strength and Conditioning, Joshua Bradshaw Mays. Jessica May Hull. Soraya Husnu Burnett. Bachelor's degree in Sport Coaching and Sport Development, Ethan Carr. Olivia Cooper. Spencer Doran. Ryan James Higgins. Ewan Holland. Sophie Lord. Robert Muscat. Cameron Stewart. Zoe Wafer Richards. Bachelor's degree in Sports Coaching, Bradley James Allerton. James Blurton. James Edward Cummings. Samuel Joseph Leake. Dean Mitford. Tyler Spooner. Receiving the Sport and Science Department Prize for Highest Undergraduate Achievement, Sophie Louise Turner. Chloe Ann Woodcock. Bachelor's degree in Sports Therapy, Jasmine Sophie Bloor. Nicholas Bloor. Dominique Carnell. Ben Dambach. Edward Downs. Maya Kate Edge. Rose Lockett. Aaron Shaw. Bachelor's degree in Zoo Animal Management with Conservation, Tyler French. Carrie Eilish Keir. Jay Leach. Stephanie Oakes. Chloe Parker. Rachel Ponder Henderson. Amber Powell. Faith Thomas. Leah West. Foundation degree in coaching in the community, football, Robert Henschel. Craig Lewis Simmons. Foundation degree in sports coaching and physical education, Benjamin G. Harry Lunn. Charlie Molyneux. Madison Roper. Jessica Wright. Foundation degree in Zoo Animal Management with Conservation, Chloe Callan. Nina Cotton. Freya Hill. Amy Charlotte Hodgkiss. Taylor Mo Ingram. George Spencer. Zachary Lee Steele. Isabel Taylor. Amber Till. Integrated Master's degree in Forensic Investigation, Ellie Jade Robinson. Master's degree in Nursing Practice, Adult, Susanna Melinda Critchlow. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the awards from within the School of Health, Education, Policing and Sciences from the Department of Sport and Science.
I invite the Executive Dean from the School of Health, Education, Policing and Sciences, Mike Phillips, to deliver a citation for the Honorary Award of Doctor of Laws to Gary Mellor.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduands and guests, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Gary Mellor for the award of Honorary Doctor of Laws. Over the years, Gary has represented top-flight footballers and played a significant role in assembling the squad which led to Stoke City to the Premier League. He is also ranked among the elite sports lawyers nationwide by the Legal 500. He is the managing partner and owner at Beswick's Legal and the founder-director of Beswick Sport, two prominent Stoke-on-Trent businesses that have international reach. He began working at Beswick's as a legal executive 42 years ago. After leaving Trentham High School, he completed a law degree at what is now Staffordshire University, attending night school over a 4-year period. And in 1999, Gary decided to combine his legal expertise with his passion for sport. Beswick's Sport was born. But he hasn't just advised and represented footballers in the UK. Gary had a vision to take his love of the game to the US, where he started a team in the United Soccer League and became a founder and director of Orlando City. He helped to turn Orlando City from an underperforming minor league team into an MLS club with regular attendances in excess of 20,000. Despite his globe-trotting, Gary has never forgotten his Stoke-on-Trent roots. He's a trustee of Stoke City Community Trust, which uses football to engage with people of all ages, abilities and social backgrounds. He has personally, and through Beswick's Legal and Beswick Sports, raised thousands of pounds for causes including the Dougie Mack and Donna Louise hospices. He is also a passionate supporter of Staffordshire University students, giving talented law graduates access to work placements, jobs and training contracts at Beswick's Legal. Locally, nationally and internationally, Gary is well known, well liked and respected. This was recognised recently by the University Campus of Football, UCFB, which gave him an honorary fellowship. He is also an FA registered intermediary and a member of the British Association for Sport and Law. Through hard work, an entrepreneurial spirit and boundless energy, Gary has achieved phenomenal success, all whilst looking after employees and clients in a typically warm and caring Stoke-on-Trent way. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting Gary Mellor for the award of Honorary Doctor of Laws.
Well, thank you, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor and all the staff at Staffordshire University. Staffordshire University is really a fantastic place, not only to learn, but also in terms of what they give back to the community. The events that Staffordshire University put on, such as the Business Awards and Your Heroes, recognising local people who do good for the community, are beyond reproach. They really are a magnificent team. I know you will all be the class of 2024 in a much better place than to go forward and forge a fantastic career. I was told I got to talk about the journey. I was told I got to talk about some accomplishments, although I think they've all been dealt with, thank you. And also to say one or two inspiring words. So I'll start with the journey. As a local lad who went to Priory Junior School, about 3 miles from here in Handford, I remember my mother distinctly driving me past Staffordshire University at the age of about 10, saying, if you work hard at school, you'll be able to go to this university and make yourself up for a better life and also have a great social life. She obviously knew as a 10-year-old me that social life was the way to inspire me, as I did have a master's degree in socialising. But I think In terms of the journey, I think it's the best decision I ever made was to go to Staffs and get the law degree, because it enabled me to indulge my passions in sport, travel and music. And I think that don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do what you want to do and do a job that you enjoy. I went to Stoke-on-Trent College. I was lucky enough to get through A-levels in law, government to politics and economics, and I've got my future all panned out. And I can tell this story now because my 89-year-old mother's not here and it's a secret, so please keep it confidential. She worked at Hartshill Post Office. I'd got my A-levels and she said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I've got a job deck chair collecting in Bournemouth." I don't think she was too chuffed. So she made me promise to go to the careers officer and talk about what the future may look like. So they told me that my best results were in law and I should try and become a legal clerk. The only legal clerk I was aware of was Arnold Bennett, and I was fond of his work. He was a great writer. And I thought, well, if I go and become a legal clerk, maybe I can write an award-winning book. But that never came to fruition. So she came back from the post office with all these envelopes and stamps, because we had a thing such as yellow pages there where all the law firms were put in from A to Z, and made me write to all the law firms. I remember going out to the front door, not really that interested in writing to these law firms, and starting work so soon. I'd got my ideas on the summer in Bournemouth, deck chair collecting and making some money. I wrote to the first two, Bailey, Wayne, Curzon and Beswicks, went out the front door with a pile of envelopes and got the bus down to Bournemouth where I started work. Went to a telephone box, as there were no mobile phones in those days, called home. She said, "You've had 2 letters. I thought, well, I'm only going to get 2, but thank you very much. Can I open them? Yes. You've got interviews at Bailey, Wayne, Curzon and Beswicks. Can you ring up and make them? I was devastated. I had to get the bus back to Stoke-on-Trent via Salisbury and Birmingham. Went to an interview at Beswicks and they offered me a job. I think it was more to do with my sports CV than my academics, but anyway, to get a job, and it worked out for me. They encouraged me because they saw something in me that I probably didn't see in myself, and encouraged me to go to the 4-year night school law degree. And unfortunately, I didn't get to enjoy the social life as much as some of you may do, because I was working every evening, working all day, working hard on getting my law degree. But luckily for me, both my wife Sarah and my son George went to Staffs, and they really did indulge in the social life, so they more than made up for it. I'm sure the student union is in a good place, having seen you all through your degrees. Where law's been good for me, and where I think that I've been good for Beswicks, it's a law firm that's been going for over 100 years. When I joined it, it looked after people like Stanley Matthews and Ray Reid, and he was a world snooker champion, and Bruno Brooks, who went on to become a Radio 1 DJ. So there was a little bit of sport, a little bit of entertainment already, and I factored in on that because sport really was my passion. And I ended up starting to represent some leading bands and also some leading sportsmen. I've been fortunate enough to look after international athletes who've been to the Olympics. I've been fortunate enough to look after footballers who've gone to play for England, and cricketers who've appeared for England, and people who've won World Cups. So I think that's something I'm immensely proud of. But I've also been able to be an advocate for the city of Stoke-on-Trent, travelling the world from Shanghai to Seoul in South Korea to Sydney, and especially North and South America. Because the people from here, this county and this city, are really special. They've got a specially welcoming heart, they care for people. I honestly believe that this is one of the best places you can live and work. And I hope that each and every one of you sees a future having got your degree in this fine university, in this city and county, and help to grow the local economy, because we're going to need it over the next decade, and we all want a brighter future for not only our children, but also for ourselves. And I think in terms of giving you a little bit of advice, don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. I read a book by Mark McCormack. It was called What They Don't Teach You at Harvard Business School. He was a small-time lawyer from Indiana, and I thought, well, if he can do it, surely I can do it from Stoke-on-Trent. And whilst I'm not IMG, and I don't do commercial deals for Wimbledon, Beswicks Sports have been fantastic for me, because I've seen some of the unbelievable people, some of the unbelievable places. And as mentioned before, to start a soccer team from start, I'm using the American vernacular there, to start a soccer team in Orlando where there was no football team at all, and within 4 years to open to 62,500 people, and we signed a player called Kaká from Brazil, who's one of the best players that's ever played the game, was something really special. And to work with both Burnley Football Club and Stoke City Football Club and see them promoted for the first time to the Premier League and sit in the Royal Box was something that I know I'll hold dear. So all I can say to you is, please, don't let anyone tell you can't do something. Just take it by hand, with both hands, because you've had a fantastic foundation at this university, and make the most of what they're giving you. So I'm very jealous of what the future holds for you, and I know you'll all do extremely well. Thank you.
I invite the Director from the Institute of Policing, Dr. Nick Howe, to present the graduands from the Institute of Policing.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you those students within the School of Health, Education, Policing and Sciences from the Institute of Policing who have gained the following awards. For a Master's degree in Leadership of Policing, David Lee Crowther. Philip Jones. Jonathan Anthony Strelitz. Receiving the Institute of Policing Prize for Highest Postgraduate Achievement, Eleanor Charlotte Emmett. And for a bachelor's degree in professional policing practice, Nikolay Luzic. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the awards from within the School of Health, Education, Policing and Sciences from the Institute of Policing.
I now invite Danny Rogers, graduating student from the class of 2024, to the platform to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the graduating cohort.
Thank you very much. Graduates, guests, and platform party. I've been told I've got about 3 minutes to sum up 3 years of education, so I'll try to keep it short and sweet. During my time at university, I've seen a real understanding across many disciplines and departments of a true cohesiveness and passion of what it means to be staffs. It highlights what a fantastic and loving community that Staffordshire University is. As some of you may pick up from my accent, or you may already know, I am an unbelievably proud Stokey. But Staffordshire University genuinely feels like a second home to me. And now I can proudly say and tell people that I'm a graduating student from my hometown university. We can often view university as 3 years, get a degree that we may not use, and end up in a job that isn't even related to the degree. But it is so much more than that. University isn't just about reading a ridiculous number of books or booking a holiday with our student loan. I know there's some of you in that crowd that do that. But it's about how we grow as people. In fact, the Danny Rogers that stands here today graduating is a totally different person that first stepped foot onto campus 3 years ago. I'd like to express a massive thank you to all that are involved with the sport and exercise department, and I extend that thank you to anyone that I've had the privilege of working with. Your unconditional support and guidance have molded me into a completely different coach, teacher, and person in comparison to when I first stepped onto campus. Being the first person to attend university in my family, I wanted to set the standard high. So by achieving the first class honours, I think I've done a decent job. Apologies to my younger sister. Thank you, thank you. My family have played a huge supportive role during my studies, and their support has contributed to why I'm graduating here today. A massive shout out to my mum and dad in particular. Thank you for listening to me when I doubted myself and lending me that shoulder to cry on when I needed it the most. I couldn't ask for a better pair of role models, and I'm incredibly fortunate to call you both my parents. I grew up in Northwood, just outside of Hanley, and university never seemed to be something for someone like me, growing up from a working class background. You see, I never even knew that university could be for someone like me. For me going into teaching, I want every single student to know that no dream of theirs is too big, regardless of who they are or what background they're from. I think the key to being a good teacher is understanding that kids don't care what you know until they know that you care. I'd like to mention a very personal experience of mine as a student that I think is really important to highlight. You see, during my first year of university, I went through an unbelievably drastic decline in my own mental health. It got to the point where I couldn't even see myself standing here today and getting through my first year of university, and I wrote out and planned my way out of this life. I took a very brave step of self-referring myself to a local mental health service and went through 8 months of high-intensity CBT to realize that my life is worth living and that I do have a purpose. And I knew what that purpose is. It's to inspire young people to be the very best versions of themselves. Battling mental health problems and continuing with studies is not easy in the slightest, but I did it. But I know that there are so many in a similar position to me. And to them, I'd like to say this. Mental health can be the loneliest battle that we face, but it's only lonely if we let it. I can assure you that there are many people who care about you and will lend you that shoulder to cry on or listening ear to hear your story. I want you to remember that there will always be other days and most certainly other ways, but there will never, ever be another you. As the curtain falls on my time as an undergraduate student, I'll leave you all with this. Don't be sad that it's come to an end, but be happy that it happened. As life moves on, so do we. Some things in life must come to an end for new beginnings to take place. You see, for me, university at first seemed to be just a little small step in the right direction, but it turned out to be the biggest step of my life. There will always be a special place in my heart for staffs. I'm proud to be staffs, and I'm sure I always will be. Thank you.
I invite Professor Martin Jones, Vice-Chancellor, to deliver the closing remarks.
How do you follow such a fantastic speech? Graduates, and it's a much better word than graduands, isn't it? Graduates, huge congratulations to everybody in this room. Be extremely proud of what you've achieved today. As your Vice-Chancellor, it fills me with enormous pride to see you across this stage, and I think to think of that wealth of talent and knowledge and experience that exists in this spectacular hall right now. We like to think of our university of the region and for the region, and our clear mission at Staffordshire University is to be, quote, the catalyst for change in our city, county and our wider society. As newly qualified graduates, we want you to become our change agents. At this point in the proceedings, it's usual for me to make reference to remarkable people from Staffordshire who've achieved great things. So, just across the road from the King's Hall in Stoke Minster is the memorial to the famous potter Josiah Wedgwood, of course, an entrepreneur of his time and a campaigner for social reform, a catalyst for change. And earlier you heard from our new University Chancellor, Major Leveson Wood, who's keen to stress that Staffordshire is a place where dreams are made and success is real. He clearly makes the point that it was growing up in Staffordshire that gave him a sense of curiosity, his passion and love for the outdoors, and his extreme spirit for adventure. Whether you're entering the workforce or continuing your education or making your own voyage of discovery, I encourage you to stay curious and open to new ideas. Because I believe that your future is bright. The future is bright for those who dream big and pursue their passions with determination and resilience. Believe in yourselves and do not be afraid to forge your own path. Graduating today is not the end of your journey, it's rather the beginning of a new chapter in your lives. As you move forward, remember the lessons that you've learned at Staffordshire University. Cherish the friendships you've made, the experiences you've gained, and the knowledge that you've acquired on the way. The challenges of our times require collective effort and diverse perspectives. My advice is to you to build strong networks. Seek out your mentors and be ready to work together to tackle the issues that matter most to you. Our class of 2024 has the power to drive significant change, from advancing technology to promoting social justice and environmental sustainability. Because together you can create a future that's inclusive, innovative, yet sustainable. But in a world full of noise and distractions, stay true to yourself and your principles at all time. Be bold, take risks, but do not be afraid to make mistakes, because it's all part of your rich journey. As you step into the world, I encourage you to remain lifelong learners. The world is constantly changing, and the ability to adapt and grow will be your greatest asset. Seek out opportunities for continuous learning and self-improvement. Now, last year at this point, I took some advice from the words of the Daft Punk track. This year, I'm going to reference somebody you might be more familiar with, Stormzy, whose combination of musical talent and commitment to social justice make him a significant figure in contemporary British culture. And don't worry, I will not rap or dance at this stage in your ceremony. I'll merely say that Stormzy says, believe your potential is endless, and he instructs people to go do what you were created to do. My advice to you. So please stay in touch with your friends and with us. We would love to use your personal success stories to inspire the future Staffordshire University students and graduates on platforms like this. As alumni of Staffordshire University, you are now ambassadors of our great institution. Carry the spirit of Staffordshire with you wherever you go. Contribute positively to your communities and always uphold the values that we stand for and strive to make a difference in the world at all times. In a moment or two, I'll ask graduates to stand and throw their caps in the air. Afterwards, we ask graduates to remain standing and for everybody else to stand as the platform party behind me leaves the hall, followed by the graduates. Now, as your grand finale this afternoon, graduates, I invite you to stand. Throw your caps in the air, but wait for it, please, on my countdown from 3. Be mindful of those around you and also the lights in this great Art Deco room. Guests, I invite you to make as much noise as you possibly can to celebrate the class of 2024. So on my countdown, please, 3, 2, 1.